Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Devin Adams. I'm a Fortinet instructor here in Tempe, Arizona for Dynamic Worldwide. And yeah, I record these videos for the people who take my class. This one's been going on for a minute, and we've done some demos, but we need to keep on keeping on with our topology building here. Just as a little bit of a review in the last video, essentially we got the headquarters and the New York FortiGate to talk to each other. So using the SD-Wan rules and then also using the firewall policies. But I was a ding dong and I deleted the loopback health check rule that essentially killed one of my connections. So anyways, the video was a lot longer than I wanted it to. But if we go to New York City here, I believe we still have access to that internal resource, which is this web server right here. All right, I'm just using the GNS3's network toolkits because it's a really easy way to get a web server up and running in GNS3. But basically, guys, we never did the Texas FortiGate. So this is just a video to clean up shop. So let's go ahead and accomplish that. We're going to go ahead and connect the remaining branch office to headquarters. And then hopefully when everything's in place, it shouldn't take too much to get the branch offices to talk to each other. Because basically, with the SD-WAN handling all the traffic forwarding based off of the different rules that we defined already, it should be pretty seamless. And then that way we can keep on with some of our demos coming up here in the future. So this is technically, guys, just a cleanup video. And also just so it's redundant, I'm trying to say we did everything in the last video. And this is technically considered just building the topology still. But let's go ahead and do it. Here we go. Let's log in. And we're logging into the main FortiGate at headquarters. All right. And here it is. And hopefully our BGP is still working, our iBGP that we did earlier. So yay! All right. So honestly, guys, that's like the hard part. I mean, once it knows the routes, it shouldn't be too bad to get everything working. So let's go over to our network and let's go to our SD-WAN rules and let's go ahead and make the rules for Texas to get there. So essentially, guys, we had this one for New York City. Now we're just going to do a new one for Texas. All right. We're going to say Texas VPN quality of service or something like that. So anyways, now I don't even really know if we need to do the source or destination addresses like this. It's not a firewall policy. It's essentially just trying to match traffic to pick interfaces. So I just pretty much did the whole, if it's coming from the management network, okay. And if you notice here, we don't have, well, we have a WAN connection, but we don't have the Texas subnet. All right, so let's go ahead and make that real quick. So here we go. So we're just going to say Texas management. I don't know what I was using to abbreviate it. Subnet. All right. And I believe, yeah, it's 10.3.1. Okay, so here we go. So we'll say 10.3.1.0.0 with a /24. I can't even remember what colors I was using for my SD-WAN. Such a hot mess. And this is just so if I need to use it later on in a static route, I can. So there we go. So we're saying if it's coming from our management or if it's coming from Texas, I don't know why it would be coming from Texas. That's what I was trying to say. Like, I don't think we need to add that in there. I'm just adding it as a failsafe. I'm lazy. I'll have to test that out later. All right. And then down here is actually where the magic happens. So we're going to say pick the best what? The best tunnels to get to Texas. All right. And we're going to do it based off of our Texas health check. And we'll do it now for latency. Why not? All right. So here we go. Just make sure also, though, once you create the rules, guys, they need to be on top of our general rule that we did for our connection here. Okay, so technically speaking, that's all we should need to get to to get to Texas using the SD-WAN rules. So this pretty much prioritizes it. Now, we didn't have to use the SD-WAN. We could have just did the firewall rule and relied on what tunnel it came up. But this way it at least guarantees that those tunnels will be utilized based off of their performance. So, and it looks like they are up. Let's just check the performance SLAs to guarantee that. Everything looks gravy, looks good, looks groovy. Man, guys, I am the worst at like typing and coming up with stuff. Anyways, all right. Now, nothing's going to happen though without the firewall policies. And this is actually where the cool part comes in for the people that have been following the other videos. So when we go to our IP4 policies, adding in the additional routes actually isn't that hard because they're already there. All right. So you see this VPN to the remote sites. All we need to do here is to add the Texas side. I mean, come on. That is awesome, guys. So if we come over here and we add Texas, okay, and we come over here, see this is the um, VPN to the headquarters. So this is the expectation of traffic coming in. Here we go. We just have to add Texas. And believe it or not, that is it. We've already done the hard lifting in the last video. So let's go ahead and configure Texas now. All right, so we're gonna hop on our imaginary teleporter. Here we go. And let's log into the FortiGate. All right. And now we just have to do our SD-WAN rules because it is doing an SD-WAN. So let's go to our network. Let's go to our SD-WAN rules. All right. We should have one, if I remember correctly, which is essentially just, yeah, okay. So this rule right here, guys, is, I don't really think it's necessary, okay? This was just for us to test the connectivity. But isn't that what I took off and it like broke? You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna leave it. Anyways, because you know what? In all honesty, all I really have to do, well, I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. I can't remember. It's been a few days because I know I did something to break it. I thought it was the firewall policy, not the SD-WAN policy. So let's see how we did in New York. I'm now suddenly second guessing myself because I really did mess up the last video pretty badly. So, all right, let's take a look here. I'm laughing because I'm embarrassed. I really should like pause it and check these things so I don't look like a fool, but I don't mind looking like a fool for you guys. So, and if you guys have taken my class, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm pretty much an idiot. So, all right, so here we go. Let's go to our network. Let's go to our SD-WAN rules. All right. And let's just make sure that, yeah, that's what I thought. So we don't need the SD-WAN rule there for the loopback. All right, these aren't firewall policies. I was just doing that beforehand in earlier videos just to test the loopback functionality. So, but you do have to keep the firewall policy on there because these VPNs are using the loopbacks that we created earlier as health checks. All right, so do not take out the IP4 policy for the loopbacks here. That's what got me in trouble last time. Okay, I just wanted to check myself before I wreck myself. Well, what's nice about this though is that the rule is there. All right, so essentially we can just do a little tweaking here. So, like I said, I'm not quite sure if I need both directions or anything like that, but basically I'm just gonna do it just to be safe. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna create a headquarters subnet because right now that's the management here in Texas. So let's go ahead and create a new one, and I'm just gonna call it something like HQ management. I don't know what I'm using for abbreviation. Subnet, and I've been making it fuchsia. What a color! All right. I'm going to say 10, 1, 0. Is that what we used? I really wish I would have done the IP addresses correctly. Let's take a look here. Yeah, 10, 1, 1. Okay, just making sure. All right, so 10.1.1.0/24. I'm going to check this later if I want to use it for static routing. All right. So now I'm going to say, hey, you know what? If it's coming from, um, where did it go? Did I not hit OK? Man, I hate that. All right, let's try that one more time. So HQ, all right, management subnet 10.1.1.0.24. Make it fuchsia because it tastes better. Just kidding. All right. Oh, geez. The GUI just didn't refresh. I'm a ding dong. All right. My bad. Nope. Here we go. All right. Cool. And now we already have the VPN health check. Okay. But here I'm just going to say best quality. So best quality using what? Using our VPN health check that we did earlier, just like before. All right, so that takes care of the SD-WAN rule. So now traffic going in between the two tunnels will always pick the best. All right, like I said, I don't know if I really need those there cross-connected like that, but I'm just leaving them. I'll test that out later. Anyways, but let's write the firewall policy for now. Okay, so here we go. And once again, I'm not taking out the loop back check that I did before. That's what made me ruin everything. So, but if you notice here, this one's going to be the internet connection, so we're going to leave it be. Okay, but we are going to create a new firewall policy from Texas that says pretty much VPN to HQ or something like that. All right. So if it's going to headquarters, our LAN or our management port is going to be port 3, and our outgoing interface is going to be SD-WAN. All right. But really what's going to happen here that's important is that we turn off NAT. We don't need to be natting anything. And we get our source and destinations correct here. So we're going to say if it's coming from our own network, all right, and it's going out to headquarters subnet. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and let that happen. All right. Oh, geez. Services, of course. And that's going to be up to you if you want to, limit just the things that you want to limit it to. So, but here I'm just gonna let all services go in between them. All right. So now don't forget it's top down. So the more specific rules have to go on top. All right. There we go. Or it just won't work. Now, technically speaking, that should be it. So because you know what though? If we want traffic to be initiated from the other direction, we better do a reverse. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to clone the reverse. Isn't that awesome? I love that. And we'll call this VPN from HQ. All right. Just don't forget to enable it at the bottom. Okay. And that should be it, guys. We should be able to reach that internal web server now if everything panned out okay. So keep your fingers crossed. All right, here we go. So we'll go to our internal web server that's only accessible through the VPN tunnel, and there you go. Yeah, it's working. So yeah, not too bad, huh, guys? In fact, let's go over to our headquarters side and see if we can't ping this internal interface at the Texas FortiGate. That should be our test. Oh my word. Here we go. Come on, man. Why are you not behaving? Okay, that's a little weird. I'm getting dinglings. We'll just try here. All right, so ping, poing, ping, 10, 3, 1, 2, 5, 4. Oh, look at that, guys. Yeah, we got connectivity. All right, so, all right, guys, the video is about 14 minutes long, 15 minutes long. Should we keep on going forward and get the spoke to spoke traffic to talk to each other? Yeah, why not? Are you guys ready? So now if you want the spokes to talk directly to each other, all right, um, or to go through the HQ tunnels, I mean, all we really have to do is add the addresses, because what's nice is that the FortiGate with the dynamic routing already knows about all the routes. All right, we did that when we set up IBGP, so we don't have to worry about any kind of weird like reverse path forwarding. Okay, all we really have to do is add the Texas subnets to the to the New York firewall and vice versa. So let's go ahead and try it. So now normally, if there was no reason for those branch offices to talk to each other, we wouldn't have the firewall rules. But here we're just doing like kind of like a full hub and spoke topology where they can. So why? Because we can. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and do that. So once again, all we'd have to do here is edit our rules to include Texas. All right, so because it already knows how to route because of the dynamic routing. All right, so we're going to say no address, not group, even though group would be smart at this point because we can summarize. All right, so I'm just going to say Texas management subnet. I'm purposely making it look like garbage now because I don't know why. All right, here we go. So 10.3.10/24. All right, and we're just gonna add the rule here, add the rule here. All right, and then, okay, we're gonna go down to our policy and objects, IPA4. IPA4, I don't know why I said that, it's New York. Anyways, here we go. And now we just have to add in our Texas addresses along with it. So here we go. And here we go. Come on. Oh, geez. Come on, Devin. I'm just going into the firewall policy. Here we go. So the source is saying, you know, if it's coming from HQ or if it's coming from Texas, let it be. All right. All right. So technically speaking, that should be all that we need on the New York side. Okay. Now let's go to headquarters, and we need to make sure that traffic, okay, can be routed in between them. And this is where it gets a little bit interesting, guys. So for starters, we need to make sure that our SD-Wan rules, all right, are allowing the traffic to go in between the spokes. Okay, so in other words, our goal here is just to get the best um, what you call it, VPN tunnel between the two. Okay, so basically what we need to do here is that we need to add as the destination. All right, well, the destination is always going to be New York, but the source we need to add Texas. So because it's possible for the Texas routes to get there. So here we go. Management subnet. And destination, you know what? We don't need that management. I'm almost sure of it. It's not a firewall rule. The only destination that should be coming from headquarters is New York City. All right. And then here also with the Texas. So the source is obviously, you know, it could be coming from either New York, but the destination should always just be Texas. I just had to think that out, guys, and yeah, that should be correct. So, all right. Now, don't forget the firewall rules. And once again, this gets interesting. All right. So we have the rules here. Okay. So, uh, but now, are you guys ready? We're going to go to our policy and objects, IP4. okay? And we're going to create a new firewall rule. All right, because if you remember, the other one's terminated at headquarters. We didn't have any of it passing through. So here we're going to say branch to branch, if I can spell. There we go. All right. Now remember, the SD-WAN is taking care of the direction. So it's literally going in the SD-WAN, out the SD-WAN through the VPN tunnels. We're going to let the SD-WAN handle the hard lifting. The source, all right, can either come from New York or Texas, going to, are you guys ready? New York or Texas. I know that sounds weird, but that's just, as far as I know, how we're going to do it. So we're allowing that traffic to happen. All right. Right. Here we go. And then we allow it. Okay. NAT turned off. All right. There we go. Yeah, seriously. Now it's kind of acting as a, you know, kind of like a pipe, right? Just kind of like a turnpike. Bad example, but hopefully you guys get me here. So we're not done yet, though. We still have to handle Texas. So let's go ahead and get Texas configured. All right. So here we go. Okay. And now we just need to add the Texas. So we're going to say if it is coming, let's see, to HQ. You guys see that there? But here we're going to add New York City. All right. So NYC management subnet. All right. And I know I could have used summation, but because we're using the 10 addresses for our make-believe public IP addresses, guys, it's not like I could do a /8. So anyways, maybe I'll do that later. I'm not too sure. Here we go. All right. And then down here, we're going to add, man, that bugs me so bad that I created 2 of them. All right, there we are. All right, so that's handled. But now we have to actually do the SD-WAN rule that's going to allow it to pick the right tunnel. So we just have to go back to our rules here. So let's go to network. Let's go to our SD-WAN rules. Okay. And obviously the source is not going to be, I just had to think that out, guys. So obviously the source will always come from Texas here. Okay. So we didn't need that. All right. And the destination obviously is going to be either HQ management. Sorry, let me fix this. So it's going to be, our management is always going to be the source, all right, because it's always going to be coming from the 10.3.1 network. These aren't firewall rules, but we're going to say, hey, if you're trying to get to headquarters or if you're trying to get to New York City, always pick the best VPN tunnel. And believe it or not, that should be it. I say that. I don't have enough faith in myself. All right, are you guys ready? We're in Texas. Let's try to ping. Let's try to ping New York City, okay? Because there really isn't any resources other than just pinging the internal interface in New York. So 10, 2, 1, 254, and look at that, guys. This is Texas pinging New York City. What? So we have spoke-to-spoke connectivity. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So let's try it from New York City. Let's ping Texas. Okay. All right. So we'll ping 10, 3, nope, 3, 1, 254. Oh, look at that, guys. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? So once again, we had to write the SD-WAN rules, okay, to pick the best tunnel, and we had to add the interfaces to the branch offices. Okay. Then we had to write the firewall policies at the Texas side, the firewall policies on the New York side. But more importantly, in headquarters, we had to do that SD-WAN to SD-WAN, all right, to the firewall policy to allow the traffic to pass right through it. Okay, guys? So there you guys go. I know that was kind of a longer video, but we should be all caught up here in our topology view. So in the next example, in the next video, what I'm going to do here, guys, is maybe clean up some FortiManager stuff, okay? Because now we can actually get connectivity to the FortiAnalyzer, FortiManager through the VPN tunnels, and I think I'm going to accomplish that by utilizing the security fabric. Why not? Right? So the security fabric is something that the FortiGates can do to essentially create more visibility throughout the network. And all that's required is more than one FortiGate and a FortiAnalyzer, which we have with the FortiManager. So then after that, I'm going to do a lot. I mean, like a lot of stuff with the SSL VPNs. I've actually been building all of this just to get to that point. So, anyways, guys, I hope someone found that helpful. Like I said, this is more of just topology building. There's more to come, and some year I'll get all caught up on all the demos I'm supposed to be doing here. So, all right, guys, have a good night. Take care.